Hi, my name is David Parent, and I'm a professor at San Jose State University in the EE department, and I just wanted to give you a quick video on transfer advising. So this is my home page. Um, you'll be getting an email from me with that link, and all the links I'm about to show you are right here. So really, with transfer advising, the number one thing is that we want to make sure that your fall schedule is properly done, that you don't take any extra classes you don't need, or you don't sign up for things you're not ready for. So, the first thing that we'll look at is this guide, which is really a critical path analysis of the courses we need to take. And if you're reading this before you actually come in, what I'll just do is ask you what you've had and you put a check mark. So I know that your community college courses have different numbers, but they all have Calc 1, 2, 3, and some kind of differential equations, right? So you gotta have to have, so these courses are non-substitutable, as well as your physics classes, right? Um, Engineering 10, yeah, sometimes we can substitute linear algebra or something for that, any kind of extra technical thing you've had. If you're coming in as a junior, you really shouldn't be taking Engineering 10. Now we also have programming EE30 or Compy 30, but we take any C++. All right. We need to have Chem 1A as well. For our Foothill and De Anza transfer students, you need Chem 1A and Chem 1B. And so what I would say is, who's had Calc 1? And you raise your hand and check it off. Who's had Calc 2? Raise your hand, check. All the way down to differential equations. I would ask about Engineering 10, any kind of an introduction to engineering and C programming. Then I would ask about the chemistry. Then I go through the physics. This is the mechanics, electromagnetism, and then modern physics and heat and light for 52. And then we have EE 98 and 97, which are our circuits courses. Some places these are combined into a 4-unit class, and some don't have the lab. Now, what these arrows mean is that you have to have, for instance, Calc 1 before you can take Calc 2 or EE 30 or Physics 50. In order to take EE 98, you just follow the arrows back. Physics 51 needs Physics 50, which leads to Calc 1, and also you need to have Calc 2. All right. So if you have everything here, you're pretty much ready for the junior year. Um, and most likely we will have to sit down and talk about special cases. I haven't talked about GE yet, but we will. Now, starting in the junior year, we have these various courses that you can take, but two of them need a placement exam, which is its own topic. All right. And yes, 140 is here. It only really needs the Physics 52, but you really don't want to take that your first semester. I will show you the sequence of things to take later. And really, you wouldn't, unless you're transferring in with some 4-year college credit, which is quite rare, you wouldn't really have had any of these classes yet. So let's just look at the 4-year plan, even though you're transfer students, right? And so you can see our Calc 1, 2, 3 differential equations and the GE, right? So this is actually what you would take semester 5, your first semester, as a transfer, if you really are ready for the junior year. That means you have to have all your IGETC done, all your GE is completed, all your major prep. Then you can take these classes right here. And this is already worked out to make sure that the prereqs aren't violated. Now, this is 14 units, and that is quite a bit of units. It You're really not going to be able to work and take that many units. All right. But if you can't take all these courses, you might say, well, what are the most important ones to take? Well, that's when you would come back to our critical path, right? Where every semester you want to be taking something in red. Because sometimes what happens is, for instance, you haven't had Physics 51, but you've had all your math, all of this, all your chem, and you can't take anything without it. Physics 51. All right, we try to prevent that. So let's talk about this EE 101 placement exam. All right, and I'm not going to go over it in this particular video because I have videos about it. All right, but basically you need to pass this exam to take EE 110 and 112. These are the next one. You know, on the FAQ, I'll always show the next few exams. Right, you need to get an 80%, then you can enroll in these classes. It's an in-place exam. You might wonder, how can I practice? There's two ways. There's an LMS My Open Math. You can link to it here, and here's how you would self-register. All right, but it would be much better to be in Canvas. And you can be added to this Canvas shell as soon as you've registered for a class and a day has gone by. Then I can add you into here. But I've got the FAQ, I've got a video about the purpose, see if you can use your calculator, all these great notes on what it's about. All right, I'll even just show you the sample. All right, you'll have questions on transient analysis of second order circuits, first order transients, what kind of response are we going to get from an RLC circuit, parallel, series, calculate equivalent impedance, imaginary numbers. All right. We have some op amp questions, cascaded op amps, cascaded again. And the thing is this online exam has a bank of questions, and the numbers will be random and the questions will be somewhat random each time. So if you want to pass, you need to do it more than once. And the thing is I use this exam generator to create the in-class exam that you will take. All right. So just to go back, okay, need to pass the 101 placement exam after getting at least a C or better in differential equations or differential equations in linear algebra combined, and EE 98. Then you can take 112 and 110 and 110 lab. All right. You don't need to pass the exam to take MATI 153 or EE 118. I know this 140 is here, but really it is not a good idea to take that your first semester. And really, on the FAQ, if you don't pass the exam, I tell you what you can take right here. All right, there's EEME 106, which counts for a technical elective. EE 127 counts for a technical elective, and ME 109 counts for a technical elective. I really want you to pass this exam on the first time, but I understand that it might not be possible. But even right here, do not take EE 140 that first semester. It's very difficult. So after I give details, we go through this. We then, at the end of the time, we'll go over your schedule for the fall and ask any specific questions that you'll have. All right. But we have a blank plan here where we plan out every course you're going to take until you graduate. We're really just going to do the fall if this is a summer transfer evaluation. Sometimes we do some for the spring. And we really just do that first semester. When you come into advising, um, you will have to do a plan until you graduate. Don't worry about it being perfect. We will review it to make sure that it's okay. All right. What you can also expect from Transfer Day is brief instruction on how to succeed here at San Jose State. But this video is really just designed to get you started so that you can be prepared before you come in for your orientation. I hope to see you then.